to the Dress Up Mom. Hello friends. Today I'm going to be doing a cook-off between my Brava Oven and my Instapot, and we are going to see what happens with chicken breasts. But first, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. If you are a regular viewer and subscriber, I absolutely adore you. Thank you so much. If you are new to this channel and you like what you're seeing, please subscribe. It means the world to me. We are also on all the social media outlets, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, at The Dress Up Mom, hashtag The Dress Up Mom, and you can check us out there too. I recently added 2 new kitchen devices, an Instapot and a Brava Oven, and I've had both of them for about the same amount of time, about a month. And there's a little bit of learning curve to both of them, but it hasn't been too bad. So today I thought I would have a little bit of fun and test out the difference between making chicken breasts in my Brava Oven and in the Instapot, and make sure that both of them turn out bursting with wonderful flavor, and just compare the experience with both of them. I am not any kind of a chef or a fancy cook. I do like to cook. I cook very often. I like really healthy, good tasting food. So the Brava Oven and the Instapot were 2 new devices that we thought we would do to eat a little bit healthier, cook more at home, and kind of speed things up, because I think both of them are supposed to be a little bit faster. I have trouble cooking chicken breasts and making them not come out dry. My husband has this thing where we want things to be bursting with flavor, and I agree with that. If we're going to be eating, let's make it good, and take the effort, let's make it good. I have heard that both on the Brava Oven and on the Instapot, you make really succulent, delicious chicken breasts, so that's what we are going to try out. I'll take you into the kitchen and let's give it a go. Okay, so I'm going to make a really basic chicken breast here. There are lots of recipes that you can do to enhance all of these, but I'm going to make it super basic and do it exactly the same way on both of the chicken breasts that I'm doing in each method. So I am just using Trader Joe's chicken breasts. They're boneless, skinless chicken breasts. I had them frozen. I defrosted them today. I like these because you can keep them in the freezer and they come in their own little packets. So all I'm gonna do now is just take them out of their packets and get them ready to season. Here they are. I have patted them dry and I'm going to season them again, keeping them super basic. I'm just going to use a little bit of these herbes de Provence, just a little bit of the herbs, some nice Himalayan sea salt, some black pepper, and then I'm going to use some of my really good olive oil for the Brava. So I'm just gonna do this on both sides. Now I'm going to prep each one here. On the Brava, I read through and they told me the chef tips of what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the metal tray, which looks like this, and I'm going to put the chicken in zone 2 across here and lay it sort of horizontally. You'll see what I mean. First thing that I'm going to do is just dabble a bit of this olive oil, which I love, down on the bottom of the tray so it doesn't stick. And then I'm going to take the 2 pieces and lay them this way, with the thickest part in over to the edge, because that's where I'm going to be putting in my sensor. And then just like that. For the Brava, I need to take my sensor, this temperature sensor that has these nice little prongs on it, and find out the thickness of the thickest part of the chicken breast. So I'm just putting this in here, and it looks like it's 1.5 inches thick. And that means, because it went, so this is 1, this is another half, and then up here is 2 inches. So 1.5 inches thick. That will come in handy when I put this back into the actual Brava Oven. So now these are ready to go into the Brava Oven, and now I'm going to go ahead and get the Instapot stuff ready. Now I'm going to prep the chicken breasts for the Instapot. So I've got the inner layer of the Instapot here just so I can do it. And I'm simply going to pop these seasoned chicken breasts right in the bottom of it. There's a bunch of different ways you can do this in the Instapot, but this is, to me, sounds like the easiest. I've never tried it. And then I'm going to take 2 cups of water, the thing that came with it. There's 1 cup, and then another cup of water, and just cover them up. And we will walk over to this other station and I'll show you how I start both of them up at the same time. Start with the Instant Pot first. So I'm just gonna take those chicken breasts and put them back in here. That in nicely. And then put my, I have to make sure that this is a certain way, which it is.
Yes, to seal.
To seal. So it's over to the sealing section. Doug's actually better on the Instant Pot than me. I haven't used it as much as he has. So, no, this is, see, there we go. I'm gonna close it. So here we are, it's all ready to go. And now I'm just gonna go here to my poultry button and I'm gonna press poultry. And then the minutes come up, it has 15, and I actually wanna take this down a bit to 10 minutes, I think I'm gonna do, because these are kind of smaller. And all I do is hit my pressure cook button. And there we go. So this is telling me, I think, that this is gonna take 35 minutes because the pot needs to get hot, and that's the 10 minutes. So we will come back, it shows me this on, we will come back in 35 minutes and see what's going on with that. Now, at the same time, here is our friend Brava, and this is what we're gonna do here. So I'm gonna turn it on, and it's already giving me all the different tips for what I'm gonna do with the chicken breasts. So I've looked at all of that. They just did an upgrade to the system here, so it's a little bit of a different screen, and I was getting used to that, but I need to put in my sensor thermometer, or whatever that is. Just pops right in here. You can see that. Right there. Tells you that it's on, so it's temp sensor connected. And now I go to the next step here. It tells me to put them on the metal tray. I enter the thickness. So if you remember, it was 1.5 inches thick. So I'm just gonna move this nice little button up here to 1.5. That's why I like measuring it over there. And then the next step is I need to put in this little guy into the thickest section. I've had these sort of wrong. This looks thicker to me, so I'm moving it around, doing that. They now added videos here so you can see exactly how to do this. I think that's a good idea. So let's pop our little popper in there. And it goes all the way in to the edge, like that. So that's in there good. The next step is to horizontally into the meat. I did that. Choose your preferred level of doneness. We like juicy, not well done. Juicy, for sure. So we're doing that. Now sliding the metal tray onto the top shelf. This is a little weird. Still getting used to this, all of it really. But it's all gonna be great. Okay, in we go. I hope, fingers crossed. Put this back up. And we have quantity 2 breasts. Okay, there we go. Good job, it's all ready. I'm gonna hit the start button. And there we go. And this is telling me that this should take between 13 and 21 minutes. And it's showing me exactly where we are on it. So about the same amount of time, I'm guessing. Maybe the Brava will be a little bit faster, but we will come back and show you both of them. Okay, the Brava is done significantly faster. It is finished, and this still has about 26 minutes left. So sorry, we had a little filming problem. You couldn't see me take it out, but I did take it out, got the sensor out, and I have it here. It was on this tray. You can see that the tray didn't burn at all. And what they tell you with Brava is that you need to cut your protein as soon as you get it out so it doesn't keep cooking. It would continue to keep cooking. So I did that. I cut it up in these little pieces, and then now I'm going to give it a little bit of a taste test. It looks delicious and super juicy. I mean, this looks like it's going to be bursting. So here's the big taste test. Let me try a little piece of this. Oh my gosh. That, sorry, that is good stuff. Oh wow. It is so moist and tender. And it still has like a little bit of the top here with the seasoning that turned out super, super well. Okay, I will definitely do this again like this. And it was
only about
fast.
12 minutes, right?
Yeah, it was really fast and easy, about 12 minutes. So that is a keeper. I have a way to do it. Now, just because this one is taking longer, I don't think that's any worse. There are times when I'm going to want to just set this, make all of the rest of my meal, and then have this be ready. So we will open this up and I'll taste this as well and let you know how it goes. Okay, the Instapot beeped and it is ready to go now too. And now I'm going to go and open it up like this. Okay. I'm going to take a look at them in there. So these are going to be a different version. This is kind of cool too. Can we get it all? Mm-hmm. So there they are, and what I'm just going to do is take this tong and I'm going to put it on here. Oh, I see what we're going to have here. Okay, this is great. So these now are more kind of like a boiled chicken that I think will still be good to use like this, but these will be fantastic for things like tacos or shredded up in different recipes as well, which is really nice to have because it was super easy to do. It did take significantly longer than the Brava, but that's okay. So let me go ahead now just for the taste test here. Oh, wow. These also, they just look really good. That they almost like just peel off. They'll be easy to do here. And I'm going to take a little bit of a bite of it here. Oh. That's good too. It's hot.
Yes.
But this is delicious as well. Has a different taste, and like I said, these I think we could use for other purposes, but they'll be great both ways. So I am super excited. I now have 2 different ways to make chicken that is bursting. I've solved one of my problems, and I can do it both on the Brava and on the Instapot, depending on how I want to do this. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Until next time, have fun and dress it up a little.